Welcome to Question Bank. In this video I am going to discuss some of the questions from complex variables, and it can be found in the playlist Engineering Math Lite. And before that I want to discuss what are the main topics of complex variable that can be explained. And here main three parts are there. Those are, first thing is basic about the complex theories and complex numbers. Second is for a function what is analytic function and what is non-analytic function. And the third is the complex integral. First thing, in case of basic complex, we have to study what is conjugate, what is magnitude of a complex number, what is angle, and exponential and trigonometric form of a complex number. Suppose x plus iy is a complex number, then what will be its exponential form and what will be its trigonometric form? It should be remembered or studied. Next question is analytic. We have already studied the continuity, differentiability in case of general functions, but in case of complex functions or complex variables there is another term above the differentiability, that is analyticity. So here the terms continuity, differentiability and analyticity should be studied. And then comes Cauchy-Riemann's condition for analyticity, what are harmonic functions, constructions of harmonic functions and analytic functions. So from each part I will solve one problems so that the whole course can be covered. The next part is complex integral, and this is the most important part of this complex variable. And in this part the main part is Cauchy's integral theorem and formula. This is the most important part of complex variables. And next comes Taylor and Lorentz series, then ROC, that is region of convergence, and then comes singularity and its type, what type of singularities, and then Cauchy's residue theorem for integral. And these questions can be asked for only residues, for generally 1 mark questions or in case of GATE, but for long questions, those who have studied in BTech or any courses, those can be asked for long questions with residues and both finding out the integral of large functions. In case of entrance examinations where 1 mark questions are to be asked, in those exams only important is to find out the residues and what are the singularity types and what are the integral using Cauchy's integral theorem or formula. So these are the important parts. So let's have the first question from this. E to the power z is a periodic with a period of, here z is a complex number, z is a complex number and it can be given as x plus iy, and what is its period. So here it can be written as e to the power x into e to the power iy, and I can represent e to the power iy as cos y plus I sin y. This is why we should know the exponential and trigonometric equivalents of each complex variable or complex function or complex number. So this can be represented as e to the power x cos y plus 2n pi, because cos and sin functions are of period 2 pi n, that is 180, sorry, pi is 180, 2 pi 360, again 2 pi, 4 pi, like this 6 pi sin 2n pi plus y. So this, now if we convert it to exponential, it will be e to the power I y plus 2n pi, and it also can be written as e to the power x e to the power x plus y I plus 2n pi I. So this is the e to the power z plus 2n pi I. Here the function is given as e to the power z, and here what we are getting, e to the power z is equal to e to the power z plus 2n pi I. So I can write here as f of z is equal to f of z plus 2n pi I. So period is 2n pi I. This is the period of the function 2n pi I. So here 2 pi I. Next question, consider the circle z minus 5 minus 5 pi is equal to 2 in the complex number plane xy with z is equal to x plus iy. The minimum distance from the origin to the circle is. Here we have to consider the basics of that complex. So what are the basics? This is the complex plane. X is the real number and it is the complex number. This is y. This is imaginary. This is real. And here is a circle. Suppose here is a circle, and this is asking for the minimum distance to the circle. Suppose this is O, origin, and this is the intersection A, and the center of the circle I am naming it as B. And what is the equation of that circle given? Z minus 5 minus 5 pi mod is equal to 2. So what is it? It is z minus 5 plus 5 pi is equal to 2. That means the center of the circle is represented by 5 5 in coordinate plane, and the radius is equal to 2 unit, and here so this is AB will be 2 unit. So the distance from origin to B is the position vector of the point B, and this can be given as OB is given as 5 minus 0 whole square plus 5 minus 0 whole square root over, and this will be root over of 50, and which will be 5 root 2, and this is asking for minimum distance. So minimum distance from the origin to the circle will be OA, and this will be OA minimum distance. This is minimum distance, and OA will be equal to 5 root 2, that is OB minus OB whole minus AB. AB is given as 2 minus 2. So this is the answer. This is general coordinate geometry. So option A is correct answer. Next question, the function W is equal to U plus IV is equal to half log x square plus y square plus I tan inverse y by x is not analytic at point. For analytic, we have to consider where the function is not existing or it's not differentiable at what point. So in this function, if we take first option A 0 0, then what will happen? Suppose if we put here 0 and 0 and here 0 and 0, then here 0 0 will be log of 0, log of 0. This does not exist. So option A is correct answer. If we put these values, then also it can happen. So here option A is the correct answer. If we check option number B, suppose 0 1, then there will be log 0 square plus 1 square, then this will be log 1. Log 1, what may be its value? Its value is 0, but it exists. For plus I tan inverse y by x, that means 1 by 0, it also exists, because sin x by sin, I am taking theta, sin theta by cos theta at 90 degree, sin theta will be 1, cos theta will be 0. This also exists, and like this also exists, and this also exists. So option A is the correct answer here. Next question, the value of expression minus 5 plus I 10 by 3 plus 4i is. These are all according to the basics of complex variables. I have not been to the course yet, and this type of problem we have to convert the denominator of that function to real value. So what we have to do here? We have to multiply minus 5 plus I10 denominator conjugate, we have to multiply, that is 3 minus 4i, and here 3 plus 4i into 3 minus 4i. Then what will happen? The denominator will be a real value. Same thing I am multiplying in both numerator and denominator, so value will be same. So here if we multiply and simplify, minus 15 plus 40 plus 20i plus 30i by 3 square, that is 9, plus 4i square, a square minus b square, and here it will be plus 16, and this is coming to be 25 plus 50i by 25, and this is 1 plus 2i. This is the answer, 1 plus 2i, option B. Next question, the analytical function has singularities at where fz is equal to z minus 1 by z square plus 1. So singularity, where it will be singularity, where z square plus 1, that is denominator, will be 0. So this can be represented as z plus I into z minus I. So here if I apply the formula a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square, then it will be z square plus 1, which is equal to 0. So z value is coming to be plus minus I. So at plus minus I, the function is not analytical, or these are the singular points, singularities of the function. Next question, for an analytic function f of x plus iy is equal to u of xy plus I v of xy, u is given as 3x square minus 3y square. The expression for v, considering k is to be constant. So here the function f of z is given as z is a complex number, and u plus iv, this is the complex variable or complex function, and here z, u and v, u and v are functions of xy, and z is x plus iy. So what is question, u is given, I have to find out the v, so that the function fz will be analytical. So before that I want to explain how the analyticity is generally being checked. Necessary condition is given by Cauchy-Riemann condition. Cauchy-Riemann condition, and what is that? That is del u by del x, partial derivative of u with respect to x, is equal to del v by del y, and del u by del y, partial derivative of u with respect to y, will be equal to the negative of partial derivative of v with respect to x. These are the conditions for analyticity. This is the necessary conditions, and there are more conditions we will discuss in further questions. So we have to use these things to find out v. So we have to first, y, u is here given as 3x square minus 3y square. U is given 3x square minus 3y square. So ux, that is partial derivative of u with respect to x, will be 6x, and uy, that is partial derivative of u with respect to y, will be minus 6x. So now using these conditions we can write first thing, the total derivative dv is given as vx dx plus vy dy. Vx is partial derivative of v with respect to x, and vy here is the partial derivative of v with respect to y. So vx is equal to minus of u y according to this formula, plus vy is equal to ux according to this condition. Here this is dx and here this is dy. If we put these values, this will be minus of minus 6x dx plus 6x dy, and if we find out the v, then it will be integrate both side. What will be it? The formula is minus uy dx not containing y, this is y will be constant, as I have already discussed this formula in differential equation, plus terms not containing x, dy. So what will be it? It will be 6y dx plus not containing x, it is containing the x, so 0 dy plus c. So it will be 6xy plus c is the constant. So what will be v value is 6xy plus constant. So here in option D is the correct answer, that is 6xy plus k is the constant value. So next question, if f of x plus iy is equal to x cube minus 3xy square plus I theta of I phi of xy, where I is equal to root over of minus 1 and f xy is an analytic function, then phi, what is phi value? This is similar question. Here this is given and asking for this one, real part is given and asking for imaginary part. So here we have to solve in the same manner. What is u here given is x cube minus 3xy square, this is the u, and we have to find out first ux, that is partial derivative of u with respect to x, and this is coming to be 3x square minus 3y square. Then uy, what is uy? Partial derivative of u with respect to y, and this is coming to be minus of 6xy. So similarly dv, that is total derivative of function v, is vx, v is the phi here, vx dx plus vy dy, and here it will be minus uy dx plus ux dy, and if we integrate both sides, it will be minus of uy dx, y is equal to constant, plus terms not containing x dy. So this will be minus of uy. What is minus of uy? Minus of uy means 6xy. 6xy integration of dx plus terms not containing x. So in this, what is not containing x? Minus of 3y. So here I can write minus of 3y square dy, and this will be equal to 6y of x square by 2 minus 3y cube by 3 plus c, and the whole term will be equal to 3x square y minus y cube plus c. This is the answer. That means this is equal to v or given, that is 5xy. So here option B is the correct answer, that is 3x square y minus y cube. C is given to be 0. Next question, question number 8. The value of integration in closed path sin z by z dz, where the contour of the integration is a simple closed curve around the origin, is. This is from the integral part, and here C is given that closed curve around the origin. What may be it? Suppose this is the origin, this may be this one, this may be this one, this may be this one, but it must contain or cover the origin. That is the main thing here. And here the function is given as fz is equal to sin z by z, and here the point z is equal to 0 is a singular point. Z is equal to 0 is a singular point. So and z is equal to 0, that means 0 plus 0i, which lies at the origin and inside the given curve. So according to Cauchy's integral theorem, if any singular point is in the curve, it will be, the integration will be 0. If the function fz is analytic at every point within and on the simple curve C, then the integral will be equal to 0. This is the actual term. So here we can, this is the Cauchy's integral theorem, and another is if analytic everywhere, and here the singular point is within the curve or contour, then this is not 0, and this is given by integral formula, Cauchy's integral formula, and this is given by, suppose the function can be represented by phi z by z minus z0, then at z0, if z0 is within the contour, then the integral is given by 2 pi I into phi of z0. So here phi is sin z, so the integral will be 2 pi I into sin z0. z0 is 0 here, so 2 pi I into sin of 0, which will be equal to 0. So answer is 0, and here I have applied Cauchy's integral formula. There is Cauchy's integral theorem, another is formula, and another is residue theorem. So next question number 9. Consider likely applicable of Cauchy's integral theorem to evaluate the following integral counterclockwise around the unit circle C. I is equal to sec z dz, and z being a complex variable, the value of I will be equal to what will be the value. So here this is given that integration of sec z, contour is given that unit circle, and here it can be written as 1 by cos z dz, and this is the singular point. What will be the singular point? If cos z will be equal to 0, then the value of z will be the singular point. So cos z will be equal to 0 when z is equal to 2n plus 1, that means odd multiple of pi by 2 plus minus. So odd multiple of pi by 2 will be the z value, then z will be the singular point. So the minimum value of z, suppose this is pi by 2, minimum value of z, minimum value is pi by 2, which is equal to 1.57, that means 3.142 by 2 is coming to be around 1.57, which is more than 1, and if unit circle is this one, 1.57 will be outside of the contour. So here the singularity point is outside of the contour, and according to the Cauchy's integral theorem, if the function is analytic on and within the contour curve, then the integral will be 0. So integral here is 0 and the singularity set is phi, because singularity point is outside of the contour, not within the contour. So next question number 10. Using Cauchy's integral theorem, the value of integration being taken in counterclockwise direction, integration of zq minus 6 by 3z minus I dz is given, where C is equal to z mod is equal to 1, that means unit circle. This is the unit circle. Using Cauchy's integral theorem. So here I can write zq minus 6 by 3z minus I integration dz. I can write the same to be zq minus 6 by taking common 3 z minus I by 3 dz. So singular point will be when z minus 3i is equal to 0, that means for z0 is equal to I by 3, this will does not exist, and I by 3 that means this, suppose I by 3 will be here, so it is within the contour, within the unit circle. So here we will apply the formula, that is Cauchy's integral formula, and I will be 1 by 3, here is the 1 by 3, here is the 1 by 3, 1 by 3 into 2 pi I of phi z0. What is phi here? Phi is that is the phi, that is zq minus 6 is phi. So and z0 is I by 3. So if we put I by 3 in zq minus 6, then it will be 1 by 3 2 pi I into I by 3 whole cube minus 6, which will be equal to 2 pi by 81 minus 4 pi I. That is option number A is the correct answer here. Next question, question number 11. For the function sin z by z cube for a complex variable z, the point z is equal to 0 is. If z is equal to 0 is not a 0, then what is 0? Suppose the function fz is equal to p of z by q of z. So the values of z for which p of z is equal to 0, then those values are called zeros, and the values of z for which q of z is equal to 0, those values are called poles. For the pole values of z, the function does not exist, whereas for the zero value of the z, the function will be equal to 0. So here if z is equal to 0, is not a 0, then that is a pole of order 3. But here if we put z is equal to 0, this is a pole here and also the 0 here. So we have to expand the sin z to its series values. So what will be the expansion? Lorentz series. We have to make the Lorentz series. So here fz is given as 1 by z cube of sin z, and this is given by 1 by z cube and sin z in terms of series is given by z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus 5 z to the power 5 by 5 factorial minus z to the power 7 by 7 factorial, all the odd powers. So if we multiply the z 1 by z cube to the this value, then what will be it equal to? 1 by z square minus 1 by 3 factorial plus z square by 5 factorial minus z4 by 7 factorial, and so on. I can also write here as z minus 0 square 1 by 3 factorial plus z minus 0 square by 5 factorial minus z minus 0 4 7 factorial, and so here z0 is a pole of order 2, because here is the term. Here the order or the power of the z minus 0 is equal to minus 2, and so here the pole is of order 2. So what will the concept behind it? What type of poles are present? Generally three types of poles are present, or three types of singular points are present. One is removable singular point, another is poles of order m, and the third one is essential singularity. There are three types of singular points. For removable singular point, Lorentz series has only principal part. What is principal part? What is analytical part? For the removable singularity, the principal part of the Lorentz series does not exist. What are the principal part and what are the analytical part? Suppose this is fz, and here summation of something z minus z0 whole to the power n, that is positive values, positive powers. This is called analytic part. And the negative, this is the only Taylor series. This is positive part is only Taylor series, and if we consider the Lorentz series, this will be z whole to the power minus n. There will be something an, bn present. I am not considering this. The negative power part is called principal part. And in case of removable singularity, principal part is not present in case of Lorentz series expansion. That means the negative power are not present, so this will be removable singularity. Next is pole of order m. How m is pole? Here the principal part is present and up to m, up to power of m, so that will be the pole of order m. And in case of essential singularity, both analytic part and principal part are present and both of infinite number of terms, then it is called essential singularity. So in case of removable singularity, I am talking again, only analytic part is present, principal part is absent. In case of pole of order m, analytic part is present and principal part has m number of terms, and maximum power is m. And in case of essential singularity, both analytic part and the principal part are present and both have infinite number of terms. So here pole of order 2. If this will not be a 0, then it will be order 3. So next question, the residues of a complex function 1 minus 2z by z into z minus 1 into z minus 2. So here asking for residues. These are problems from residues. What are the singular points? Here is 0, one singular point is 0, here is 1, and here this is 2. So singular points are 0, 1 and 2. So we have to find out the residues at 0, residue at 1 and residue at 3. So first is residue of fz at z is equal to 0. And how this can be found out? This can be found out as limit z tends to 0, z minus 0 into the function, that is 1 minus 2z by z into z minus 1 into z minus 2. So what will be the values? Limit z tends to 0, this will be cancelled out, and 1 minus 2z by z minus 1 into z minus 2, and if we put value 0 at the z values, it will be 1 by 2. So 1 is half, one residue is half. Then another residue f of z at z is equal to 1, at z is equal to 1. So the same formula, limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into fz, that is 1 minus 2z by z into z minus 1 into z minus 2. So this will be cancelled out and the whole thing is coming to be 1. Similarly, residue of fz at z is equal to 2 will be similar formula, limit z tends to 2 z minus 2 into fz, that is 1 minus 2z by z into z minus 1 into z minus 2, and z minus 2 term is cancelled out, and what the terms are remaining we will find it to be minus 3 by 2. So the residues are half, 1 and minus 3 by 2. Half, 1 and minus 3 by 2. So option C is the correct answer. Next question, question number 13. For fz is equal to sin z by z square, the residue of the pole at z is equal to 0. So residue at pole z is equal to 0 is a singular point. Here z is equal to 0 is a singular point, and here it has a square and it is also a 0. This is also pole and also 0, because if we put z is equal to 0 in the numerator of the function, then it will be a 0. So here we need expansion, Lorentz series expansion of the whole function. So fz is equal to 1 by z square into sin z. Sin z I can write it as z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z5 by 5 factorial minus z7 by 7 factorial and so on. And if we multiply 1 by z square to the rest, it will be 1 by z minus z by 3 factorial plus z cube by 5 factorial, so on. So this can also be written as z minus 0. I can write, replace z with z minus 0. So this is a pole of order 1, as I have already explained in previous questions. This is a pole of order 1. So why this is 1? This is the coefficient of, and this is the power of 1 by z minus 0, and the coefficient of 1 by z is called residue. And what is the residue? Residue is also equal to 1, and it is asking, question is asking for residue of the pole at z is equal to 0. So answer will be 1. Next question, question number 14. The function fz is equal to z square plus 1 by z square plus 4 is singular at, so it will be singular at z square plus 4 is equal to 0. That means z is equal to plus minus 2i. So option number D is the correct answer. Next question, question number 15. Solutions of Laplace equation having continuous second order partial derivative are called, this is called harmonic functions. That means if we represent a function fz is equal to u plus iv, so both u and v are harmonic functions only when fz is an analytical function. So why this is called harmonic function? Because both u and v obeys the Laplace equation. What is Laplace equation? I have already explained in vector calculus. What is Laplace equation? Partial derivative del square u by del x square plus del square u by del y square is equal to 0. This is for u, and this is del square v by del x square plus del square v by del y square is equal to 0. This is for v, and these are Laplace equation, and both u and v, if obeys the Laplace equation or this equation, this will be called harmonic functions. And if they are harmonics, then fz, that is the function of both u and v, is called analytic function. So next question, the counter integral over c e to the power 1 by z dz with c as the counterclockwise unit circle in the z plane is equal to, we have to find out the integral here. So we have to find out what is the residues. To find out the residue, we have to form the Laurent series expansion, because here nothing is procedure we have to follow. So we have to find out the original procedure, that is to expand the function using Laurent series. So if we write the expansion of e to the power z only, then it will be 1 plus z by 1 factorial plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial and so on. And if we write e to the power 1 by z, then it will be 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial into z plus 1 by 2 factorial into z square plus 1 by 3 factorial into z cube and so on. And if I replace z with z minus 0, because 0 is given here, because 0 I can replace with z plus 1 by 2 factorial z minus 0 square plus 1 by 3 factorial z minus 0 whole cube and so on. This will be, so residue is the coefficient of z minus 0 whole to the power minus 1, that is this one. The coefficient of this one is called residue. So residue f of z at z is equal to 0. Why I am taking z is equal to 0? Coefficient of it is, this is 1. Why I am taking z of 0? If we put e to the power here 0, then this will be not defined. So I am taking this one. And the singular point here is z is equal to, singular point is z is equal to 0. Singular point is z is equal to 0. So, and z is equal to 0 lies inside the contour. What is contour? Z mod is equal to 1. Given here the unit circle. So this is within the circle. So according to Cauchy's residue theorem, f of z, integral of f of z dz will be equal to 2 pi I into sum of residues. sum of residues. So this will be 2 pi I into 1. So answer will be 2 pi I. This type of questions can be asked. So 2 pi I, that is 2 pi into root over of minus 1. So next question, question number 17. The value of integral over c 1 by z square dz where the contour is unit circle traversed clockwise direction is. Here the function given is 1 by z square, and for z is equal to 0 the function does not exist, or z is equal to 0 is a singular point. Then we have to find out what type of singular point it is. So it is a singular point of order 2, pole of order 2. So this can be expressed as fz is equal to phi z by z minus z0, and here phi z is simply 1, and here to the power n plus 1, and here n plus 1 is equal to 2, that means n is equal to 1, and z0 is equal to 0. z0 is equal to 0 because the function is given 1 by z square. So integration is equal to phi of z by z minus z0 dz whole to the power n plus 1 is equal to 2 pi I, this is one of the formula, 2 pi I by n factorial nth derivative of phi putting value z. This is one of the formula. So what will be it? 2 pi I n factorial, n is here 1, so first derivative I can write it as phi prime putting value z0. What will be here? Phi is here 1, so its first derivative will be 0, and 0 multiplied to the whole thing will be it 0. So answer will be here 0. So next question, is find the residue of fz is equal to sin z by z minus pi by 4. So here singular point is equal to pi by 4. Singular point is pi by 4, and here if we put sin pi by 4 is not equal to 0, this is not a 0, only a pole or a singular point. So here pi by 4 is a simple pole of order 1. Order is 1. So the residue can be given as for such functions. Residue is equal to residue f of z at z is equal to pi by 4 is equal to phi of z0. That means phi, that is what is here phi? Here function can be represented as phi z by z minus z0 whole to the power m. So here the function is phi of z0. So function is sin of z. So sin of pi by 4, so which will be equal to 1 by root 2. So here residue at pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Next question, question number 19. In question number 18 I have described one method to find out the residue. The function is type the transcendental by the polynomial, and here I am going to describe another format like this, but this is somewhat different from the previous one. So here singular point is pi by 2. Pi by 2 is singular point, and if we put pi by 2 in case of in numerator, then pi by 2 plus cos pi by 2, what will be it? It will be pi by 2 and cos pi by 2 is 0, so this is coming to be pi by 2, which is not equal to 0. So this is only a pole of order 2. This is a pole of order 2. Pole of order 2. So what will be the residue? Residue will be equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial. That means n minus 1 factorial limit z tends to pi by 2, that is the singular point, z tends to the singular point, derivative of this will be the nth derivative. What is the nth derivative? 2 minus 1th derivative, that is 1 first derivative, dz of z minus pi by 2 whole into z plus cos z by z minus pi by 2, and this is coming to be 1 by z minus pi by 2 into 1 minus sin z, which will be equal to 0, because if z tends to pi by 2, then this will be 1 minus 1, this will be 0, and whole will be 0. So the residue for this one is 0 at pi by 2. So last question, find the residues of fz is equal to 1 minus cos z by z. This is another method. So in this method, singular point is z is equal to 0, and if I put z is equal to 0 in numerator, then this will be 1 minus cos 0, this will be 1 minus 1, this will be 0. So here for the value z is equal to 0 is both pole and both 0. So in this type of cases we have to expand the function in terms of Laurent series. So the function can be represented by 1 by z minus cos z by z, and I can write it 1 by z minus 1 by z cos z, we have to expand 1 minus z square by 2 factorial plus z 4 by 4 factorial minus z 6 by 6 factorial, and so on. And this is 1 by z minus 1 by z minus z by 2 factorial plus z cube by 4 factorial minus z 5 by 6 factorial, and so on. And it can be, this is cancelled out, and here, as here it is minus, the whole thing will be changed. This will be plus, I can replace z by z minus 0, 2 factorial plus z minus 0 cube, the thing will be changed, so this will be minus 4 factorial plus z minus 0 whole to the power 5 by 6 factorial minus, and so on. So here the singular point z is 0 is a removable singular point. Hence, why this is a removable singular point? Because there are no principal part, only analytic part. That means z to the power positive powers. There is no negative power of z is present here. So this is a removable singular point, and for removable singular point residue will be is equal to here will be 0, because definition of residue is the coefficient of 1 by z or 1 by z minus z0 is the definition of residue. So here, as 1 by z minus z0 is not present, the residue will be equal to 0. So thank you for watching up to here.